Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm back doing another action figure toy review, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends series Deadpool and Wolverine, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. I think this action figure is great right out of the box. I've already been messing around with it quite a bit. It's very posable, and the likeness is dead on. I think it looks exactly like Hugh Jackman. They nailed the sculpt, the way it moves around. None of the uh, sculpt is getting in the way of the articulation. Overall, it's a 10 out of 10 figure. It's utterly perfect. I think the only thing that I could maybe change is like one extra set of hand sculpts, but like really it's great the way it is. Like I think they did everything they could. Or maybe like the exposed arms as like an arm change would be kind of a cool variation, but not necessary. I think that they did everything they needed to with this one, and yeah, not much more to say about it. First, I'm going to take a look at the box, and then we'll take a closer look at the figure. So on the outside of the packaging, you can just see the movie logo, Deadpool and Wolverine, and then on the inside, it looks like Deadpool has decorated it with chalk or like crayon or something. So there's just some nice creative Deadpool drawings in there, which is pretty nice. Up top, just the Marvel Legends logo, warning. On the side, we get a nice big picture of Wolverine, and of course, Marvel Legends. And then here we just have that smaller image, again, Wolverine. Up top, we have a nice image of a Wolverine and Deadpool icon from the movie. And on the bottom, just the UPC and a bunch of warnings. Let's take him off the base. And take a closer look at these accessories. So, out of the package, he comes with the masked head sculpt, which they also did a very good job of. The only complaint I have with this was it was a little squished in the package, so the ears were a little close together, whereas in the movie they are a little farther apart. And that can be fixed. Just needs a little bit of going between cold and warm, and then you can set them a little further apart. But like, this head sculpt also looks great. It looks exactly how he did in the movie. It looks really, really good. And then it comes with alternate hands. He comes with the clawed hands out of the package, and these are the ones that come added in. So he's got one completely closed fist and one kind of gripping or trigger finger, not quite trigger finger, but open gripping hand. And these, of course, are the clawed down, and then you get the clawed up version, which unfortunately I had out on display, and one of my cats decided to nibble on, so I'm going to, of course, have to put in the fists on that side, which is very unfortunate. However, taking a closer look at that Hugh Jackman head sculpt, and you can just exactly see the actor in that. Like, every single angle, it looks exactly like him. Definitely from the side, but like even from the front, I think it looks exactly like Hugh Jackman. I think they really nailed this head sculpt. I mean, he's been in 10 movies now, so if they can't make a Hugh Jackman action figure, there's something wrong over there. But looking at the rest of the suit, so it's all textured out. Of course, he's got the classic yellow and blue, but this there's this texturing, like it's made of like Kevlar or like some kind of metal or something. It looks really good. You can see some added deco of bolts, which are of course painted. His belt here. I mean, the accent looks a little sloppy, a little like the lines are a little blurred. It could be cleaner, but the yellow and blue is what really stands out on this. They nailed the yellow and blue. That's not bleeding at all. All these lines are very, very crisp. These shoulder pads are separate, so they don't get in the way of the articulation at all. They move with the arm. Looking at all of this line work, very, very clean. Of course, all of this is etched. The gloves. This is all sculpted and detailed. Very, very good detail in this figure. The movie figures usually have more detail put into them. Like, even just look at the wrinkles and like pockets on the back. Even the back of the figure is detailed. they definitely put more work into the movie figures than the comic figures. But anyway, let's measure him out with his legs completely straight. He's pretty tall. Of course, Hugh Jackman is 6 feet, and this is a movie figure where they're keeping true to Hugh Jackman's actual height. So he's standing at looks like 6.5 or 6 3/4 tall. Here I have him compared to the 3-pack Love Triangle Wolverine, which is way shorter. Jesus. This is, of course, a comic accurate. So in the movie, this would be about how tall the short King Wolverine is. I think that was a very accurate height discrepancy between the two of them in the movie. In the movie, I thought that was kind of comically different, a comically different height difference. But yeah, Hugh Jackman is like a foot taller than Wolverine is supposed to be. So that looks kind of funny. But here he is next to what I thought was a Deadpool 2 version of Deadpool. But this was just actually a comic figure that is very similar to the Deadpool 2 costume. And it was released at the same time as Deadpool 2. But this is actually a comic figure, which is kind of upsetting. But here he is next to Deadpool. And you can see they're standing about the same height. For some reason, they don't look the same height on the camera. There we go. So, I think he's a very good size. Here he is next to Cable, which also came out at the same time as Deadpool 2, which I thought was... Well, I could tell by the sculpt it wasn't the movie figure, but I was a little confused about the Deadpool. But yeah, you can see Cable standing quite a bit taller than Wolverine, which he should. I don't have any of the other Deadpool 3 movie figures to compare him to. That's why I was just showing him next to those. But yeah, overall, this figure is great. The sculpt, the texturing, the paint, the line work, it's all very well done. The actor likeness, it's all amazing. Oh, I need to go over the articulation. His head moves side to side. It, of course, is on a dumbbell peg, which you see when you swap out the heads. I prefer the Hugh Jackman head, so I'm going to leave this one on. So you don't get as much range as you would with a disc hinge, but he can look up and down that far. And then you also get the added tilting, a little bit of squeakage. And then, as I was saying with these shoulder pads, they aren't articulated themselves, but they move with the shoulders. So as he moves, like he's got a butterfly joint in there that allows the armpit to kind of move up and down. And then rotate forward in there. And then there's also a bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbows, wrists rotate and hinge. They're the same on both sides. He's got a very nice ab crunch. Crunches in that far. Crunches in back that far. And he of course has a waist cut. And the belt is loose floating, so it can kind of twist around if you're not paying attention. His legs move out very far. They kick forward that far, and they do move back a little bit. I was getting a little bit of rubbing from how close it is in the joint, so just be wary of that. There's an upper thigh cut, double jointed pinless knees. There's no boot rotation, but the ankles move down. Oh, that one's very stiff. Okay, we'll show on this side. Oh, both his ankles are very stiff. Okay, so that one moves down that far, moves up that far. And, of course, there is the ankle rocker. Why is that one so stiff? Oh, I don't want to break it. Okay, so, yeah, this figure is great. I can't wait to get more Fox Films Deadpool-related figures, because I really like collecting the MCU figures for the actor likenesses, and the Deadpool line I think it's the Deadpool Legacy line, has a lot of movie figures from the Deadpool movies, so I'm going to start collecting those, I think, as well. But yeah, this is a great start to the Fox Films movies collection, and overall, I think they really did a 10 out of 10 with this action figure. Highly recommend you pick one up. Hit the notification bell to stay tuned to more of my videos. Hit subscribe, it really helps me out. Hit the like button if you like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.